Angelica, the Duchess, what do you have for us today? What's your story?
So I wanted to talk about really quick about the CFPB coming out with their advisory opinion last week.
But hang on, Angelica. How can they come out with an advisory opinion when they're dead?
Apparently they think they're, I'm not quite sure, but they obviously feel like they have a leg to stand on here because they're coming out, hard hitting with RESPA, and they're talking about how essentially like digital marketers that are listing on compared type comparison platforms are steering clients to a specific lender, and therefore there's some sort of kickback in the background that's happening with these, these comparison lists, I guess. And I can kind of understand where they're angling, but also at the same time, I'm having a hard time understanding.
Well, so look, couple of things. First, I'm having a hard time understanding because the Fifth Circuit has said that the entire funding scheme under which the CFPB exists is unconstitutional. So the CFPB is dead. It's like lying there, like dead. But apparently it just refuses to die. It's like a zombie.
Like
and it's like, oh, whoa, nicely done. And so it pops back up, and now it's like a sock puppet or something. And it's like this. Okay, but in seriousness, let's assume that CFPB is still alive right now, because the regulated institutions will, and they should. And I like to poke fun at them because in fact they are unconstitutionally funded, and therefore they are in fact dead. But people are going to take this ruling seriously, and it's actually a really, really important ruling. The CFPB has done a couple of things in this ruling. First, it's looked at, when you talk about a digital marketplace, right, a website where there's a whole bunch of lenders with different terms and conditions that are being offered. If that digital marketplace, right, this website operator is ranking these companies, right, they can do it directly, they can do it indirectly. Sometimes maybe they'll have like hyperlinks for some, no hyperlinks for others. There's gonna be positionings, right, 1 through 10, etc. If they are ranking them based upon the amount of money that those lenders are paying that website, right, to be promoted, that is a kickback. That is an unlawful referral under the CFPB's RESPA, what is it, RESPA Section 8, right, and Reg Z? Or is it Reg X? I thought it was Reg X. I feel like it's X as well. So this will be an illegal kickback under Reg X of RESPA, according to this rule. This is an example of what they're calling steering. And I can live with that. I don't like that, but you know what? If you're doing surreptitious rankings based upon money that you're being paid and you're trying to pretend as if you're being objective, well, then you suck, okay? Because that's fraud. All right, there. All right. And if anyone's listening to this thinking, Troutman, I thought you were on my team. Look, I am on your team when you're on the path of righteousness. But if you're going to be doing goofy stuff like pretending like you're giving an objective ranking, but really you're just ranking based upon how much someone is paying you, to me, that's a problem. But there's a different piece of the CFPB ruling that I have a real big issue with, and it's something that everyone needs to keep in mind, which is it essentially kills ping post traffic. And so backing up, 90% of you are like, yeah, I know what that is, but 10% of you are like, ping post? What the hell are you saying, Troutman? It's not ping pong, it's ping post. So the way lead generators are selling in the market is generally through something called a ping post process or a ping tree. And what that means, essentially, is that there's a real-time process where buyers for that lead, who are looking for that qualifications that lead has, will do a bid process. And it's not like going once, going twice. It's like everyone just does their best bid for that specific lead based upon the attributes, and boom, whatever one it gets picked up by, that's where the lead goes. This is a decent process, right? Because essentially in the lead gen space, the consumer doesn't necessarily care, at least they have not articulated a preference in terms of which of 5 lenders their lead goes to necessarily. They just want to make sure that the lender meets the various criteria. So long as it does, the consumer has essentially said, I don't care. So I'll go to Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Loan Depot, whoever. I don't care. Just, assign me to somebody and I'll go. So the company that does the warm transfer feels as if it is okay for them to just, sell it off to the highest bidder and then direct it to the highest bidder. Let's say here it's Bank of America. So the way the process works is you're on the phone. Hey, Tori, it's good to talk to you. Yeah, I've got a great licensed agent over at Bank of America. They're going to take good care of you. All right, very good. Click, off you go. Not a bad process, right? Doesn't seem like that's illegal. Doesn't seem there's anything unpleasant about that. It's not like in the scenario where somebody might be pretending to give you an objective set of rankings, but really they're just ranking based on who paid them the most. This is much more like, hey, I've got somebody that I'm going to connect you with. Here we go, right? There's no representations being made, implicit or otherwise. But the CFPB disagrees. The CFPB is essentially saying, look, when you say to that borrower, hey, they're going to take good care of you, that is essentially a referral. You are essentially saying this is a qualified mortgage loan broker, and of all the people that we work with, of all the names on our website, this is the one for you. Which is weird to me because that's literally not at all what that lead generator is doing. They're not making any promises. They're not making any representations. They're not serving as a broker. And that's the key distinction that people need to keep in mind. In our society, in the mortgage context and in the insurance context and in other contexts as well, there's something called a broker. And a broker actually works for the consumer, not for the insurance company or for the lending company. The broker's job is to make sure that consumer gets the right product for them. The broker makes a lot of money, all right, because the broker has duties, they have to have education, and they have to have expertise in order to do their job. And so a mortgage broker might make, what, a couple $1,000 on a deal? Maybe more, right? A lead generator is going to make what? Best case scenario, $50. And the reason is that a lead generator is not a broker. They're not utilizing any kind of expertise. They're not analyzing like what's a great product for this specific consumer in light of their specific circumstances. That's what a broker does. And that's why they are connected with ultimately a licensed loan officer who is capable of meeting those needs for that specific consumer. So why in the world the CFPB would take a lead generator and try to turn them into a de facto broker is just, it makes no sense to me. It's stunning to me. That's not what a lead generator does, and it doesn't make any sense. So I'm okay with the anti-steering rules. I hate the lead generators are now broker rules. I don't think that makes any sense, and I'm really curious to see how it's going to play out in litigation and in practice. Angelica, as always, you are a fantastic resource. I think I kind of just railroaded you and took that one over. Do you have any other thoughts on that? Because I talked like 3 times longer than you.
No, I think you covered it. You got it covered.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Angelica. Duchess, always great to have you here.